I was having a conversation with my son the other day, and some kid called him a name and insinuated that he wasn't a good person or he wasn't valuable or something. And he asked me, he goes, "Dad, am I junk?" I'm like, "No." "Where'd you get that from?" "This kid at school. He says I was junk." I'm like, "No, you're not junk." "Well, why would he say that?" I said, "Listen, kiddo, do you know anything? Certainly? Absolutely?" And he said, "No." I said, "Well, neither does he." It's not even an opinion, right? It's a projection. When people call you names, when people make fun of you, when people scream and yell at you, if you're being calm and you're not insinuating or trying to exacerbate the situation, it's a reflection. That's why people get so weird when you don't react. You just go, okay. And you go about your life. I said, "Do you feel like a piece of junk, buddy?" He says, "Sometimes I do." I said, "Well, that's just a thought. Don't believe it. Just because you have a thought doesn't mean you have to give it any substance." And he says, "Well, how do you do that?" I said, "Well, you try to find the places between the thoughts. That's where the energy's at. That's where our quote-unquote vibration holds ground." I mean, you could spend your life worried about all sorts of things. Political problems, wars, strife, money, merit, position in life, purpose. But none of that is absolutely true. Unless you think it is. Nothing can be proven with absolute certainty. That's why science is amazing. Because nothing can be proven with absolute certainty. And I mean, you could bring up the old buzzword of gravity. Well, gravity's real. Well, it is until we figure out a way to make it not. Propulsion, all sorts of different types of ways to make gravity less substantial than it was yesterday. So is it real? Right now it is, as far as we know. With the information we have, water is wet, and then it becomes vapor. Or it can be frozen and become a solid. So it's all about how we look at it. And how we look at it is very much reflective of how we look at ourselves. If we believe we are limited and we have limitations, then that's what we'll have. If you believe the little bully in the schoolyard that says you're a piece of junk, what are you? You have feelings and you have thoughts. And don't believe either of those. There's only ever one feeling. And it was explained best by Ram Dass's guru. When asked, how did Jesus meditate? Tears ran out of his eyes. And he said he got lost in love. Love isn't the thing that we see in the Hallmark movies or the romance comedies. Love is huge acceptance. Love is allowance. I don't allow you to hurt me. You can say whatever it is you need to say, and I don't have to believe it. And I accept that. You can't get rid of the ego. You can only accept the ego. Integrate it. Let it be fully. Ask it to come closer. chances are it'll run away because it doesn't want to be discovered. And I'm kind of talking like it's a second person or something. It's not. It's just you. It's how you've looked at things your whole life. It's all these beliefs and stuff. And when you have like an ego death type thing where what Eckhart Tolle talks about, it becomes more apparent. And what becomes really, really apparent is how elusive it is. It's like trying to grab water, trying to get purchase on some air. Grab the air around you, see if you can do it. So nothing is certain. It never will be. As soon as we look at something, it changes. And we look deeper, and that changes. We look deeper, and it changes. And then we get down to the smallest of the small that we can possibly observe, and it loses its pixelation. We can no longer grasp it fully. And inside of that space, that's where you go in meditation. That's where you go in between the thoughts and the feelings, the emotions, the biases and the beliefs. Because wherever you concentrate your attention is where the energy will go. That's why when we change our mind about other people, it changes the people and the opinion that we had. Send people love all the time. And love is just, like I said, the acknowledgement of acceptance. Absolute acceptance for who they are. They don't need to be anything else. They don't need to be the make-believe version that we've cooked up in our brain. You can just go, okay, no argument, no push or pull, no conflict resolution. Because where there is no conflict, there is no conflict. Therefore, you don't need to dwell upon any particular thing for any particular length of time. Everything exists right now. So getting lost in love is just looking at people and knowing that they just don't know what else to do. They're just caught up in Maya so deeply that they think that it has some pertinence over their life. So this little boy that picked on my son, he only had power if my son believed it. If my son didn't believe it, he would have never mentioned it. So that's why you just don't worry about the trolls, the bullies. We got really involved in that with social media in 2013, 14, people started getting really uncomfortable and pointing things out, calling people stupid, right? Instead of just reacting with love and going, oh no, that's not really the way it is. Here's some evidence of that, and move on. No, we had to start bullying each other. That's what countries do to one another. That's what corporations do to people. That's what Maya is all about. Maya is always about getting caught up in things that just aren't true. But we believe them to be, based on ignorant memories and imaginative futures. It's weird to know that there's an answer to most people's problem, but they will never do it. I could tell you to go meditate right now, and the chances of you doing it are very slim. Because it's tough. It's painful. And then it's not. Eventually it's just not. It's just meditation. And then you're doing it all the time. And then you live in it. And then the next thing you know, all of this falls apart. It's still here. I mean, you can still knock on the fence and it's solid. That's not the illusory. The illusory is how we view and expect things to act or react to whatever stimuli we put upon it. So my son did the right thing. He came to somebody that he thought might know the answer to his problem. Was he a piece of junk? Well, fuck no. Neither are you, neither am I, and nobody's a piece of junk. We just get caught up in the illusion that we have some type of control over things that we don't have control over. And so we assert ourselves into these positions. That's how world wars start. That's how bills don't get paid. That's how trust goes into others rather than ourselves. And we allow them to take over our lives. But if you sit quietly, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. It exposes those nasty little things about yourself that you didn't really want to look at. And that's okay. Just allow it. Love it. Don't fight it. You'll never get rid of ego by trying to get rid of ego. It only goes away when you embrace it. You go, okay, I did that. I am that. Now what? And then it just filters off. And the more you do it, the more progress you make. And you won't think you're making progress because it doesn't feel like you're making fucking progress. But then a few years go by and you look at yourself from the past and go, oh my God, I don't remember that guy. I don't remember that person at all. Who the hell was I? Well, who the hell are you now? Nothing is with any certainty. Nothing. So it's good to give yourself a break. Allow yourself a little bit of space, a little bit of room. We make mistakes, we stumble, we fall. Some things are just some things. Most things are just out of our control. What we do get to control, though, is us. The way we respond, the way we react. Either you'll keep reacting in that looping pattern, or you won't. As always, much love.